Hey guys, how are we doing today? This is Wally with LearningNet.com. And if you guys are watching this Green Geeks review and WordPress tutorial, it means that you want to create your very own WordPress site using GreenGeeks platform. If that's the case, in this video tutorial, will take you guys step by step through the process of creating your very own website within a few short moments. You don't need any experience with HTML nor with coding. What I'm going to show you guys, anybody can do this if you're willing to follow some simple steps. Keep in mind, guys, that to create any website online, there are really two things that you need to do it. One is a domain name and also web hosting, both of which you can get from GreenGeeks. So the assumption is that you already have a domain name and web hosting. If you do not have these two, there's a link right below, guys, in the video description right below. Click that link. It'll give you a special GreenGeeks discount. It is an affiliate link, and I may receive credit, for it if you use it. But you guys benefit in numerous ways. By one, you're getting a free domain with your purchase. You're getting a deep discount on your web hosting today through that very link. And also, you guys won't have to worry about going out there and finding perhaps like a web developer that you'll have to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars just to create you a simple website that I'm going to show you guys in a few short moments. I really appreciate you guys using the GreenGeeks link that's right below. It's the very first one that you'll find, and that way you guys will be off to a really great start. So once you click on that link, guys, it'll bring you to a page that looks like this. This is GreenGeeks landing page itself. You'll notice that they have several different types of web hosting that you'll have that you can select from. Reseller hosting is really for people that want to have their own web hosting business out there, selling it for profit. That's obviously not you if you're a beginner online. VPS hosting is really for people that have high volumes of traffic, and basically you want to occupy your very own server. I don't recommend it for beginners online. That's something you can upgrade to once you gain more traction online, with your website itself. WordPress, we're going to be creating the website using WordPress, but you don't necessarily need WordPress hosting specifically to do that. So what we're going to be doing, guys, is you want to click right here where it just says web hosting. We're going to be using what's called shared web hosting. It's really cheap and it's really great, and ideally for beginners. There are three plans that you can select from: the Lite, Pro, and Premium. As you guys can clearly see right here, the Lite allows you to create just one website, whereas the Pro and Premium allow you to create unlimited websites online. I recommend if you just need one website and you don't have any future plans of creating additional websites, just stick with the Lite plan. It's amazing for that. But if you're doing like affiliate marketing, network marketing, you're an Amazon affiliate, you're doing ClickBank, or you just have several projects that you would like to do going forward, then I recommend selecting between the Pro and the Premium. Since I started with GreenGeeks, I've been using their Pro plan. As you guys can see, it says that it's recommended. Most people that get started with GreenGeeks get the Pro plan. So I do recommend getting that today. What you're going to do, guys, is click on Get Started. On the very next page, what you're going to do is select a domain name. Your domain name is going to be the name of your website itself. Like in my case, it's LearningNet.com. It's super simple. It doesn't have any dashes, no numbers, nothing crazy like that in the actual domain name. It's super easy for visitors like yourself to remember online. Of course, if you're on Google and you're searching for, terms like, how to create a WordPress website using GreenGeeks, and you guys found this video and you point it back to my website, obviously, that's good SEO. And so simple domain names itself, guys, that are not complicated, are really, really great, and they're better for SEO. They help your sites rank a lot higher in the search engines itself. So think about that when you are considering the domain name itself that you're going to use, okay? So the cool thing is, guys, if you're using the links below, GreenGeeks is going to give you a free domain name. Domain names cost on average about $20, give or take, per year, depending on the domain name registrar that you're going to. GoDaddy is like the most popular that's out there, and they're also the most expensive, and they cost more or less about $20. And so GreenGeeks is giving you the domain name for free. You'll have the option, guys, of selecting from like .coms, .net, .orgs, .infos. I personally prefer buying .coms, but what you want to do is search for your brand in this box right here, and you can search for a .com of that first. If you don't see the .com of it, you can go for a .net or a .org, just depending on your personal situation and what you would like to reserve for your brand online. You guys will see that this option right here is to bring over a domain. So if you purchased a domain already from like GoDaddy or Namecheap or another domain name registrar, you're going to plug that name in here and you're going to click on next. So whatever these two options that you're going with, if you're brand spanking new online and you've never created a website nor have any domain names, you want to just plug in the name of your website. Like my example is Learn.net, and then the extension is .com. So plug that in right now, click next. And on the very next page, guys, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be setting up your account and actually paying for your web hosting itself. And I want you guys to know that with GreenGeeks, they have amazing customer support that's super fast. It's 24/7. And they even give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I mentioned all of that because I highly recommend using GreenGeeks. And I'm doing this WordPress tutorial for you guys to show you again how to create your very own website online using their platform. So basically, once you guys get started and you set up your account, on the very next page, I already have an account, so I'm not going to be doing it over again. But once you set up your account, you're going to receive credentials to your email that I have a username and a password to be to log into the back end of your account itself. When you do that, you'll gain access to what's called cPanel, guys, and it looks like this. This is cPanel. This is really where all of the work starts with your website. You know, taking it from scratch and really creating something that, you know, you're really proud about, okay? And so this is a cPanel. You'll have different modules, as you can see, with files where you can access like images. You can upload images, check files, you know, with your actual website itself. These are some really nice tools that help you to get indexed really fast in the search engines. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit later on a really nice WordPress plugin that helps you achieve that also. This section right here for domains, guys, it allows you to do a number of things. You can do redirects. You can take the domain name itself that you're acquiring today, and you can like redirect it to maybe an affiliate link. You can add on domains itself if you have like the pro or the premium plans to create additional websites online. You can see a list of all of the domain names that you have, you know, with GreenGeeks, so that you've transferred, you know, over. You can even set up email accounts, guys, you know, for your business online. And so if you have like, whether you're going to be like a one man or one gal, you know, show, you can just set up, you know, one email or as many emails that you want with your particular plan itself, okay? This is really awesome too, where you can monitor visitors that arrive to your page. You can see like what keywords or phrases that your visitors are typing in to make it to your website. You can see what countries they're coming from. What is it that, you know, they're doing to arrive, you know, to your page, all of which I think is extremely helpful, coupled with, you know, things like your Google Analytics and Google Console. All of this data really helps you to better manage, you know, your website, you know, online, and obviously to serve your visitors the content that they deserve. And just speaking about visitors itself, you know, with learningnet.com, guys, I get visitors from all around the world. And so what I did, guys, is recently I came across a plugin, you know, just based on like the visitors that I've been monitoring coming to my website, either from YouTube or directly from the search engines like Google and Google Analytics that I'm looking at. You know, I decided to show people how to create a multilingual website in WordPress. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend checking out this particular post that I have on the blog itself, because it'll show you how to do that if that's something that you're interested in. But again, guys, when you look at like your visitors and Google Analytics, you guys will be able to compare the two and to see again how people are making it to your website, okay? You can set up free SSL certificates. You have access to different CMS platforms. Of course, we're going to be creating a website today using WordPress, but you have access to others like Joomla, there's Drupal, PrestaShop, others that are out there if you want to use those on a later date. But I think for beginners, guys, just stick with WordPress because it's super simple. It's easy. It doesn't require at all that you have experience with coding or with HTML, guys. And so it's like the #1 CMS platform online to use a day for creating websites. So speaking about that, what we're going to do, guys, being that I've already told you guys about how to get your domain name in your web hosting, the very next step that we're going to be looking at is obviously installing WordPress on your actual domain name itself. So to do that, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to click right here where it says WordPress. Click on that right now. And you'll get to a page that looks like this, guys. And what you want to do is you want to click on Install Now. And it'll bring you to this page here. And you want to make sure that the domain name that you want to install WordPress on, you just select it from the actual drop down itself, okay? Make sure that this little box where it says in directory, that nothing appears there. You do not want to type in anything there. If you do, you're going to have your domain name. Like in my case, it's blogging.money. And if you put in something in directory, you're going to find that also on the installation itself. So you just want your website to read xyzdomain.com, and that's it. You don't want it to read xyz.com/1234 or something crazy like that. You just wanted to say blogging.money, and that's it. So .money is an example of a top-level domain itself. The common ones, as I mentioned before, .coms, .nets, .orgs, or .infos, .xyzs. I mean, there are tons of different top-level domains that you guys can select from. But I found this really nice domain, and I've acquired like over 30 domains that I have to date that I purchased, online. And so I'm going to be using this particular domain for this GreenGeeks WordPress tutorial. Okay. The very next section, guys, it says site name. So you're going to type in the name of your website itself. So for the purpose of this, blog itself, I'm just going to type in blogging. Whatever it is, whatever the name of your domain name is or your site name, you want to type it in right there, okay? Right here, site description. This is a brief overview of what your viewers should expect to learn on your website itself. So I want you to type in a tagline or a site description. And what I'm going to use is my best ways to make money blogging online. You can type in anything, guys, that you want to. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that what you type in that site description really defines what your business is all about. This very next section, guys, is an admin. You're setting up an admin to be able to log into this particular website. It's not going to be the same admin and username or admin username and password that you were issued from GreenGeeks upon setting up your account. This is specifically to be able to log in to the back end of your website that you're creating with WordPress. And again, I'm going to show you guys how this works in this GreenGeeks review and WordPress tutorial. That way you won't have any doubts about that. And if any moment during this GreenGeeks WordPress tutorial that you have questions, feel free to drop them down, guys. I get a lot of questions and comments on my channels. It may take some time to respond, but my goal in mind is to respond to each individual question that you guys have about creating WordPress websites, and hopefully, I can do it in a satisfactory manner. Okay. All right, great. So drop your comments down below if you have any questions throughout this. This next step right here, you want to set up a password. You want it to be unique to, this particular website itself. I recommend doing like 8 to 10 characters, maybe include some numbers or like symbols. You just don't want to have anything that's like simple, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nothing crazy like that. You want it to be something that people won't be able to guess, okay? So again, it'll help to protect your website against like hackers and malware and just people trying to gain access to your site that shouldn't, okay? Now, right here, this is an admin email. What you want to do, guys, is you want to plug in an email that you have access to, that you check. And basically, anytime you have issues with your website, if you get logged out of your website or you forget your password, you need to reset your password, if there are any updates, with WordPress, with the software, you're going to receive, those emails directly to the one that you've entered right here. Okay. And this is something that you can change at any given moment. The next section is to set the language of your site itself. So by default, it's at English. If you speak another language, besides English that you prefer over English, you can just use this drop down, guys, just like that. You see that? It's amazing, right? I like that WordPress gives you that option. So you can select that another language that you prefer, but at default, it's at English. I speak Spanish, I speak French. I really, really love languages. Maybe someday in the future, I'll start doing like video tutorials in other languages. So I really like that WordPress gives you this option to be to change the language of your site and also the communication, which is amazing. Okay. So just use a drop down, guys, and you can select or change it. But for the purpose of this GreenGeeks WordPress tutorial, I'm just going to leave it at English. Okay. Great. So this next subsection right here is all about plugins. We're going to talk more about plugins very shortly. Plugins really add like functionality to your website itself. They allow you to do things that you can't do without it. Think about plugins like apps for like phones. All of us have like Androids or iPhones, all of which allow us to do things when we have apps on them. They allow us to count maybe our steps, to check like calories that we're burning, if we're working out, what have you. And so apps really equate to WordPress plugins itself. And there are really over 11,000 WordPress plugins that are out there. I'll tell you a little bit about some more in just a few moments. But these right here that you're seeing right here, these are some common ones that are installed on websites itself. As you can see that you have the option of selecting them or not. It's totally up to you. One that I highly recommend that you keep is Lightspeed Cache. It's already pre-selected. That plugin itself, guys, helps your website to load fast. And that's what people want. Visitors, if you're doing like a blog post, you're writing, content on your website itself, and it appears in the search engines such as Google, and people click through. If your website itself loads slow, like, over 3 seconds, people are likely to bounce off your page and go to your competition. So this is an amazing plugin that I highly recommend that you install. And that way you'll be on your way to having a fast loading website that ranks high in the search engines. I'm going to click this one right here for Classic Editor. This is a simple way to create blog posts and also with your pages. It's really nice that I think you guys should select. Okay, drop down right here where it says show all themes. So you'll see that you have themes right here, and these themes are they will really represent like the appearance of your website. So think about the overall topic of your website. You can see with the if you hover around on this little area, this drop down, you'll see different topics that are here. And so what you can do is you can click on one of those just depending on what your website is going to be about. Of course, this blog itself that I'm creating with GreenGeeks is going to be talking about how to make money blogging. So if that's what you're into, then you want to select a theme itself. And this is not the only place where you can find themes. This is just really a short handful of thousands of WordPress themes, guys, rather that you'll have access to when you create your website itself. So if you drop down, guys, you'll see different ones that they have here. There's one about pizza. It makes me hungry. This one right here is awesome, about domains. So web hosting, if somebody's creating a site like that. If you have a website about education, you can use that one. There's some other ones centered around food. There's photography. There's so many different themes itself, guys, that you'll have access to, right here. So basically just think about the overall theme itself that represents your brand online. And that way you guys will be able to find, a good theme that will, represent what it is that you're doing. So if you find one here that you like, what you can do, guys, is just select it. And what you can do is just select it, and you'll see that automatically some of the themes will give you an option to create different pages. They'll actually build out the pages for you. So this case right here, it'll give me an About Me page, contact, and also a home page. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select this just for the sake of this particular tutorial. You don't have to select this theme. I just want to show you how this works, okay? In a few short moments, I'm going to show you how to install other themes, on your website. That way you'll find something that fits exactly what you want. Okay. So what you want to do right here is you want to enter in your email. You want to do that because once you install WordPress on this particular domain name itself, you're going to get an email as a confirmation that WordPress has been successfully installed on your domain name itself. So this takes a few seconds to do. And look at this, guys. It says, congratulations, the software was installed successfully. So what this means is that you have created a website using WordPress, guys. And so now you have a live WordPress website on the internet. If you want to see what it looks like, just simply click on the link itself, the very first one. And when it opens up, guys, you will see an amazing looking website. What do you guys think about this? Now, this is just a theme that I selected, but you guys can select any theme that you want to represent, your brand itself. And so this is an amazing theme right here. And I'll probably change it up likely. But what I wanted to do, guys, in this GreenGeeks review is to show you how this works. You can use any WordPress theme that you like. Really doesn't matter. You just want to find something that fits you. So I selected just a random theme that was there. But again, I'm going to show you guys how to find other themes that will fit you. So the awesome thing about this is that you have like a 2-in-1 deal where you have like a blog, you have a website, and then you have a blog also included on that. So basically, a person can have like their content, and you can also blog on the side, about whatever topics that your business, has to deal with. So right now, guys, we made it through this step number 4 where we've installed our WordPress. So the very next thing that we want to do is select a theme itself. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back here, click on this admin URL, and this is going to log us automatically into the website itself. So you remember, guys, that you set up a password and a username to be able to log into your website. So what you would do if you were logging in for the very first time, you would type in, for example, blogging.money/WP-admin. And when you do that, you'll see a screen that'll prompt you to plug in your username and your password. And once you hit enter, it'll bring you right here. So this is called the dashboard for WordPress itself. And it allows you guys to really build, your website. You can add posts. You can add pages, to your website itself. You can check comments that people are leaving on your actual website itself. You can add plugins, as I was telling you guys about before. But I just wanted to show you first how to change themes itself, because you can use any theme that you guys want. You'll see that right now the theme that I'm using is this one right here. These are some default themes that come on WordPress. Anytime you install a new anytime you install a new WordPress site, anytime you guys install WordPress on a new domain, it's going to automatically give you some default themes right here. But if you want to change it, just click on Add New, and it'll bring you to a page that looks like this, where you have featured, popular, latest, and you can see different themes itself, guys, that you can select from to be able to create, your website, online itself, and really to find something that'll fit you. And so what I like to do, guys, is I like to type in keywords right here where it says search themes, because there are virtually over 11,000 WordPress themes that are out there. But an easy way to find something that you're into, just type in something like, I don't know, food, for example. Let's type in food. And when you type in food, you'll see WordPress themes, all of which are 100% free. They don't cost you anything. You'll see WordPress themes, guys, that are centered around food. Foodaholic, Food Restro. These are really, really nice themes, all of which are free, guys. And VW Food Corner, that's a really nice one right there. Looks like some Italian cuisine. But you guys get the picture. All you have to do is type in a keyword. I'm going to type in marketing. And when I type in marketing, I'm going to have themes that are centered around marketing, right? So if you want to use one of these themes itself, You can just hover over it, click the preview to see what it looks like, and then click install if you want that particular WordPress theme itself. And it's just as easy as that, guys. And so you can see that themes that are centered around marketing. But let's say you're into, I don't know, let's say construction. So if you type in the word construction, if I can spell that, get it out. Again, you can play around with this and just find themes that are centered around what it is that you do. It really doesn't matter, but I'm quite sure that you'll be able to find themes that are centered around what it is that you do, right? Pretty cool, right? So, I mean, think about, let's see, like fitness or weight loss, if you guys are in that particular industry. You type in fitness, or you can type in words like weight loss or nutrition, and look at this. Themes that, again, are centered around fitness, weight loss. There's a really nice one right here for yoga. Awesome, right? If you're into like photography, just another example. You can type in photo or photography. And again, you guys will have WordPress themes that, again, are centered around that particular thing. And even if you're doing weddings and you have a wedding business, and this blog that you're creating with GreenGeeks is going to be for that, again, type in the word wedding. And so once you find a theme, guys, that you like and you feel that really resonates, with your business itself and your brand online, click preview. And if you like it, click install, and you'll be on your way to having a really, really nice, cool theme, again, that'll represent, your brand, online. And of course, like with this example, guys, this is just one example of many. You can use any theme that you want. Really doesn't matter. What does matter is that you find something that fits you. And so right here, guys, let's go over to plugins. Plugins, as I mentioned before, add functionality to your website itself. They allow you to do things that you can't do without them. So I like to install, say, maybe 8 to 10, plugins, more or less, on the site. I don't think you need too many of them. If you have too many apps on your cell phone, your Android or your iPhone, what could happen? Well, it could slow your phone down and take up all of the space, and then you won't be able to, use it for anything else. It can cause your phone to malfunction. And the same is true with plugins for websites. You just want to think about a plugin itself that allow you to have more functionality over your website itself. Do you want to have the capability to chat with people? There are plugins that be able to do that. If you want a website that helps you with SEO, then you can do that. I want you to delete Hello Dolly. It's a plugin that you don't need itself, guys. Askomet is really nice for protecting your website against spam and malware, which is great. To install additional plugins itself, just click on the Add New button up here. And there are a few that I wanted you guys to install off the gate. Type in this browser the word Yoast. Yoast is an amazing plugin, guys, that helps with your keyword density. It tells you how many times you're mentioning a specific keyword in your actual posts and also your pages. It lets you know if you're doing it too much or if you're not doing it enough, if your content is not long enough for the particular keyword that you're trying to rank for, like in Google. It also helps you with your H1s, your H2s, your H3s, and so on. It's just an all-around amazing plugin that I think everybody should have, guys. Type in the word broken link checker. And so for any of these plugins, guys, what you want to do is you can select a plugin or perform a search with a keyword. And these are just a few that I recommend that you install today. Once you find the plugin itself that you're looking for, you'll click install now and activate. Broken Link Checker is an amazing plugin that helps you to be informed about links that are broken on your website. So let's say, for example, with blogging.money, I start to link out to different pages or websites online that are related to my particular industry, right? And so if that webmaster from that other website updates their material, maybe it was published like this year, but it's updated, in the following year with some new, fresh information, and so they've updated their information, you get a notification that you need to update your permalink itself. We'll talk about that in just a short moment. So you want to install this and activate it, guys. It's an amazing plugin that I think everybody should have, on their websites itself. If you guys want to, again, think about overall plugins that you think will add functionality to your website. I don't think you need to install too many plugins because WordPress is amazing in itself, and it performs a lot of, the maintenance, the security. A lot of the security measures are already there, guys, and you really don't have to have too many plugins, on your website for it to perform well. So if you want to continue to install more plugins, that's amazing. But as I mentioned before, on average, I usually keep about 7 to 10, 8 to 10 plugins, give or take, on the WordPress plugins that I have installed, online. If you look right here, guys, under settings and go to permalinks, you'll have a next page that pops up right here, where by default they have it at date and name. I want you to change it and put it on post name. I want you to do that because if you publish content on your website itself and you have like dates and years in it, if you publish it today and somebody's searching, for, how to create a website online with GreenGeeks, just an example, a long tail keyword, somebody's searching for that in Google, and they see like dates attached to it and it's been published like a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they're not likely to click on it because they may think that the information is outdated. So I like post name because it doesn't matter when somebody is searching for you in Google, they'll find your content and they won't think that it's outdated, okay? And so that is basically what I wanted to show you guys with respects to, creating your website, online. I think right now the main focus should be, creating content. You can do that by clicking on the post and add new, and you'll have basically your title itself, guys, your content, your title for your actual blog post will go here. Your content that you'll have, for your post will be right here. And when you guys set up, your keywords that you're trying to really compete for, you'll just publish it. You do the same thing, with your pages, and that way you guys will be on your way, to really creating and really blogging out there and getting your information out to people that want to hear about your services. And so one thing I wanted to help you guys to understand about blogging is that you shouldn't expect overnight results. I think that with any blog that you have, online, guys, you need to promote it. You can do that with places like Reddit. There's a YouTube, obviously, and you have Quora forums. They're 100% free. I usually go in to answer questions that people are asking about web hosting, or maybe web design, or WordPress. So what you want to do is you can find different themes or topics by typing in search Quora. Just think about the overall theme that describes your particular industry that you're involved in, guys. And that way you'll be able to connect with people that are searching for answers for services that you actually provide. And so what you can do is you can provide a backlink to the actual, to your website itself. And that way, once you answer a question, people will be able to follow you back to your website. And what it does, it just promotes more web traffic. It's more targeted, and it's 100% free. Obviously, with Reddit, you can do the same thing. You can type in words like marketing, SEO, whatever it is that you guys do, and you can find different threads where people are asking questions about things that you are very knowledgeable about. And obviously on YouTube, you guys are watching this YouTube video, this GreenGeeks review on YouTube. Take advantage of YouTube, guys. You can drive tons of traffic, tons of targeted traffic, 100% for free, not only from YouTube, but being that YouTube is owned by Google, that very traffic will come directly from the search engines when you start ranking, in it. And so what I'm getting at, guys, is that whatever it is that you guys do, you can start creating websites easy, just like we did today, guys. What we went through today, I took you step by step through the process of really creating, your website itself, and just showing you the basics that, if you were to go out and pay somebody like a web developer, it will cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars just to create a simple website, like we did today, guys. So what did you guys think about this brief WordPress tutorial with GreenGeeks? I know I perused through a lot of these things because I kind of go through it and I do these things all the time, but I wanted to show you basically how this works, how simple it is to create a website online, guys. So I'd love to hear your thoughts below. If you have any questions at all, drop them right below in the comments area. If you found value with this video tutorial, this GreenGeeks WordPress tutorial, hit the like button. Also subscribe to this channel, share this video with others. That way they too can learn how to simply create a website online. If you have any questions at all, guys, don't hesitate to drop them down below. I hope you guys much success in your endeavors of creating websites in the future and making money online with GreenGeeks. You guys have an amazing day, and as always, stay safe with COVID.